Hi guys, my name is Christine and I'm a dating, relationship and personal development coach. And today I'm talking about why you have to walk away from someone who no longer loves you. So I believe when you're, trying to find someone to be with, or if you've been dumped and you are frustrated because you really do want to be in a relationship and you really do want to be with someone that loves you, then your mantra should be something like, I want to be with someone that loves me, right? And if this person, this ex of yours, doesn't love you, then you shouldn't be trying to put yourself in that kind of situation. You shouldn't be trying to, convince them to get back with you or anything like that. If someone doesn't love you, you have to let them go. And, if it's like a case of they're bluffing and they do actually still love you, when you walk away from them, they will come back. They will start chasing you if they are lying about how they actually feel about you, or they need time to think about how they feel about you and they come to the conclusion that they do still love you. But you have to walk away from them and give them the space for them to actually come to that conclusion. But it's important that you walk away from someone who doesn't love you, because there's not really much you can do. You can't control how someone feels about you. The only thing that you can do is, open up the possibility of them changing their mind. And the best way to do that is to actually walk away from them. Because someone can't miss you, someone can't really, wonder about you if you're still in contact with them and you're contacting them a lot. So it's better to go into no contact and walk away from this person and to vow basically to yourself that you're never going to reach out to them again. Because if you do, I mean, essentially you could be wasting your time. Because basically if you are, focused so much on your ex, let's say you're checking on their social media a lot, you're wasting your time. You're literally wasting your time, because even if you're going in no contact and you haven't spoke to them for weeks or months, if you're still, checking up on them, seeing what they're doing, you're wasting your time completely, because there's no amount of you staring at their photos or going through their feed is going to change anything. You're simply just wasting your time. And if anything, you're keeping yourself stuck whenever you do that kind of thing. Whenever you look through old photos or reread old messages from them or go on their social media pages and check and see what they've been up to. All that kind of stuff keeps you stuck. It keeps you stuck in your feelings for them. It prevents you from moving on, because you're basically feeding into your emotions and how you feel about them. So you don't want to waste your time with stuff like that, because it doesn't help. Like, it really doesn't help. It doesn't help your headspace. It doesn't help you move on from them. And also it prevents you from letting go. And if it's a habit of yours to be checking on their social media and, looking through old photos and overanalyzing old messages, if you keep on doing that stuff, who's to know that one day, if you're out of your bodies and, you get drunk or something like that, you may, do something really ridiculous, like phone them up, or you may message them or something like that. Or it could be a night where you're just typically overly emotional because you haven't been able to move on from them, and you end up sending them a message or calling them up or writing them a letter or something like that. And I that's a place that I've definitely been in, and it's a place mostly with crushes though. Like, I would, just think about them a lot, and then I would work myself up basically, and then I'd send them like a long cheesy message or something like that. You don't want to do that stuff. You want to be able to rein in and have more emotional self-control basically, and not do that kind of thing. It's better to just completely walk away from that person. And perhaps for whatever reason, you don't want to block them. You want to kind of leave the avenues open for them to contact you, which is fair enough. But that means you probably need to spend less time on social media, and you need to start developing a better emotional self-control and self-control in general, so you don't keep on checking up on their stuff, or, like I said, overanalyzing old messages. You want to be able to stop yourself from doing that kind of thing. You need to have that emotional self-control, because this is where I see a lot of people going wrong. They're in no contact, they've walked away, but yet they're still stalking their ex on social media and checking up on them and overanalyzing old messages, looking back through old photos of when you were together and things like that. This is where I see a lot of people go wrong. And the reason why it's not the best thing to do is because, like I said, it just keeps you in that loop and you just keep on thinking about them. It doesn't help you to move on. It keeps you still stuck in that one place. So it's better, to not do that, to, if you can't help yourself and you don't have the emotional self-control yet, then you need to get rid of those apps on your phone. Or you need to delete the messages so you stop rereading them again and again and again. Or you need to delete the photos, whatever it is, from your phone, and basically stop wasting your time on those things, because basically where your attention goes, energy flows. So if you've got a lot of attention that is all about your ex, that is all about you might be just checking their social media pages. If you've got a lot of things that you do that is associated with them, and a lot of your headspace is like filled up with thoughts of them, then you need to start focusing on other areas of your life. You need to focus on other things that can keep your mind away from them, because if you keep on feeding your desire for them, or it might be feeding the heartbreak, you might be listening to old songs that remind you of them and things like that, it's just keeping you stuck, and it's going to prevent you from walking away, and it's going to prevent you from doing the no contact rule properly. Because the truth of the matter is, if they no longer love you, there's not really much you can do about it. The only thing you can do is try to move on yourself, and the best way to do that is to stop doing that kind of thing on social media, or whatever it is that you may be doing. It might be just the fact that you just lay awake and think about them. You need to take your mind off of them. You need to get them out of your head, basically, and start focusing on other things. And I personally believe the best thing that you should be focusing on more is probably trying to design a life that you're really happy with. And that's what I want for everyone who comes to my YouTube channel to start kind of taking on board and to start taking seriously. Because if you're not happy with your life, and perhaps one of the reasons why you're not happy with your life is because your ex no longer loves you, then you're giving them basically all of the power. Because if your whole mood is basically associated with what they've done or what they do, then you're giving them all of your power. If you're miserable because your ex no longer loves you, it's because your ex has the power and you've given them the power. So you need to start making progress on the things that you want to do in your life so you can be happy with your life. And the only way to do that is to actually start working on those things for yourself, and start taking control of your emotional life and your actual life as well, and stop living in the past with your ex, and live in that kind of phantom zone, basically. And I say phantom zone because it's sort of like a place where you're kind of living in the past, you're overanalyzing things that are not happening currently. If you're thinking about the past, you're living in a phantom zone, because those things aren't there right now. What's important is here and now. So if you do have a few dreams, if you do want to make progress on your goals, but you're basically lacking motivation or something like that, then I highly recommend that you watch this video on my second channel about motivation, so you can start working towards your goals, start working towards creating that life for yourself that you can be truly happy with, because that's ultimately what I want for you. I want you to have a really great life that you're proud of, and you are proud of who you see in the mirror each day. And one of the best ways that you can start to feel proud of yourself is if you start working towards your goals and your dreams and the things that you want and the things that you are hoping to attain in this life. But you need to start on working on those things. You can't do it from just sitting there thinking about your ex. You need to take action on the things that you know that you should be doing, and stop living in the past and wasting time thinking about your ex who no longer loves you. There's no guarantee that this person's ever going to come back. There's no guarantee your ex is going to come back, and you have to assume that they're never coming back, and live from that place. Live from a place of, I need to focus on what I can do right here, right now, work on these goals, and try and make my life something that I'm proud of, that I'm happy about. Like I said, if you don't have motivation to do that right now, I highly recommend that you go and watch that video I suggested, and also check out my personal development channel so I can actually help you achieve your goals. There's a lot of kind of like goal-orientated motivational videos on that channel that will help with that, so you can start creating that dream life for yourself. But you need to let go of your ex. Living in the past is a waste of time, and you need to start moving on. You need to walk away if they do not love you. So thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to get in touch with me personally and you'd like coaching with me, then please go to www.christineloveridge.com. If you do get coaching with me, please make sure that you check your spam folder. It's very important that you do that. For some reason, sometimes your confirmation email just goes into spam. I don't know why. It's just something that's happening. I'm looking into it. But thank you so much for watching, and I shall talk to you again very soon. Goodbye.